Hey guys, so we're gonna start off with getting some baking powder, Crisco or all vegetable shortening, some salt, a big bowl, smaller bowl for the other shortening, flour, start boiling some water. We're gonna take 500 of that unbleached all-purpose flour. I use King Arthur's, you can use any kind. We're gonna take the salt. We're gonna add half a teaspoon of the salt. Then we're going to go ahead and add the half a teaspoon of the baking powder as well. Now we're going to take our Crisco shortening. We're going to go ahead and I measured it out for you guys since I don't really use utensils, and it's about 3 tablespoons. If you want it to be a little bit more oily, you can go ahead and do 4 tablespoons of the shortening. We're also going to take that 1 full cup of hot boiling water, pour that into our shortening so it can get liquid form, and allowing the shortening to melt into the hot water basically allows for even distribution of the shortening into the mixture. So go ahead and keep mixing all these ingredients up. It's going to start to form a little bit of clumps since the water and the flour are combining. Take some more of that hot water, keep it on the side. I'm gonna add about half of that into the mixture. Still looking really stringy, so that means we still need a lot more water. Anything that sticks to your mixing instrument, go ahead and scrape it off. Add that more of that water from that reservoir of water you had. And now we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Start mixing with your hands. Don't be afraid to get dirty. So keep mixing. It's gonna start to look stringy. If it starts looking like this, don't panic. Add more flour. Enough flour to add into the mixture, since you gotta remember you're gonna start folding and tucking it into itself. If it starts sticking to your hands, it's still a long way to go from here. You got to keep adding more flour. If it's sticking to your hands, it's not allowing you to mix it, go ahead and rub it off from your hands using the flour, and it will get rid of that clumping. Okay, so keep mixing, tucking it into itself. You're basically punching the flour into itself, folding it in, whatever technique you want to use. I'm not a baker, so this is just my own preference. Tucking it in, folding it in, etc. If it's still sticking to your hands, we're gonna keep adding flour. Make sure you get it all off of your hands and to ensure that you have the right consistency. Roll and tuck and roll and roll and tuck and roll. Alright guys? And then you'll start to see it form into more of like a pizza dough shape, and that's where we kind of want it. It's not too loose, it's really boggy, and it's ready to get covered up. So we're gonna leave it here for like 10 to 15 minutes while you get your comal ready. Put it on medium to high heat, and now you're basically ready to start forming the little balls of masa or of flour. It's harina, so go ahead and form those little balls. They're about 3 inches large. Gonna go ahead, pinch and tuck away from the flour in order for you to get even, about 3-inch evens. So also go ahead and start to flour up your pin and your surface. Take one of those 3-inch sections and go ahead, and you can also do flour the surface, flour the pan, and then flatten it out a bit just so you can get a head start on the rolling out part. So just start rolling it out. Sometimes you don't get the perfect shape, but it doesn't really matter as long as it tastes good. It'll cook evenly regardless, as long as it's flat throughout. I like to make mine really thin. It allows it for it to kind of bubble up. And you'll see that they start to look golden on some spots, and that's how I like mine. I don't like mine to get any more brown than this. I like mine light and airy. I finished mine off with frijoles and some queso seco. Enjoy.